Jesus, you're the lover of my soul. Jesus, I will never let you go. You've taken me from the miry clay. You set my feet upon the rock, and now I know I love you, and I need you. And though my world may fall, I'll never let you go. My Savior, my closest friend, and I will worship you until the very end. Say, I love you, and I need you. And though my world may fall, I'll never let you go. My Savior, and my closest friend, and I will worship you until the very end. Hallelujah. Welcome to Explosion in 2021. Themed Fresh Fire. You may be seated. Before I begin, I just want to thank Reverend Chuka and Pastor Blessing, Pastor Uka, for this opportunity. I'm very honored. Thank you very, very much. So I'm just going to get into it. So I just want to ask a question. Have you ever wondered why some people are more, would use the word prosperous, than others while doing the same thing? Have you ever wondered why some people have reached a higher level than others while having the same opportunity? Have you ever wondered what the difference maker was, other than attitude, of course? Have you ever wondered why we say Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, Aretha Franklin, Oprah Winfrey, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., Usain Bolt, Abraham Lincoln, Rosa Parks, Eleanor Roosevelt, Leonardo da Vinci, Picasso, Madonna, Elvis Presley, T.D. Jakes, Joyce Meyer, Billy Graham? Do you know why we talk about Queen Esther in the book of Esther? Do you know why we talk about Joseph in the book of Genesis? Do you know why we talk about Paul? Do you know why we talk about that persistent widow in the book of Luke? Do you know why we talk about King David? Because these are people who did what they did, common or uncommon, but with the fire. And they didn't let anybody stop them. So that's why my topic is, believe you can do it, and then do it with fire. You know, a lot of people have plans, ideas, creative, life-changing ideas. A lot of people have that thing that's unique about them that can really change lives. But you know why we've never heard of them? Because they've let, when people say no, stop them. They let people kill the fire inside of them. They let people hold them back. They let people who have no dreams kill their dreams. They let people's laughs, people's taunts, kill their fire. So they go through life holding back, doing less, being mediocre, so you know what, they can fit in, so they can stay safe. But let me tell you, if you make being mediocre a habit, it's going to be a part of your consciousness. If you get into the habit of giving less than you have, then it will reflect on your personality, in your attitude, in your productivity. It will reflect in you. So I want to say, give all you've got. Don't let them stop you.
That's right.
But you know, in every level, there's always going to be a devil. There's always going to be someone who wants to stop you, someone who wants to bring you down. But I said, don't let people who have no dreams kill yours, because yours is worth fulfilling. But, you know, that's not what makes people great. You know, be known as great, not just keep going. That's not what makes you great. Because you can keep on doing what you're doing, but the difference maker is how you do it. With passion, persistence, consistency, determination, having the fact in your mind that where you are now is not as great as you can be. with fire. Do it with fire or don't do it at all. I know. Let's take Michael Jordan as an example. I'm going to apologize in advance on behalf of my brother and my dad because it's their fault that I'm talking about Michael Jordan. Because every morning now in our devotional, when my dad is explaining everything, somehow it always has to have something to do with basketball. Every single time. And you know what? I'm going through my mind, I'm like, come on, different topic, Dad. Like something else. So yeah, I'm blaming them for this. So I'm going to use Michael Jordan, for example. He's known as the greatest basketball player ever known. And you don't even need to know anything about basketball to know that, it's Michael Jordan. And some people might know his story, but let me tell you, he was cut from the varsity team in his sophomore year, not because of any conspiracy theory, but they said he wasn't good enough. So he probably went home, closed the door, and cried his eyes out. That single rejection became the launch pad in his basketball career. But it doesn't stop there, because if it stopped there, then he would have just been, another person who didn't let rejection stop them. And that's actually a story for a lot of people in the basketball. So that's not what, made him great. It's because he went back and he practiced ferociously. He went to do it in a way that, people say, yes, who is this person? Because something I've learned about the NBA draft is that you can put all your strength into being the number one pick, but then if you lose your fire when you're in the NBA, it makes no difference if you were the 70th pick. If you lose your fire during the race, you lose at the race of life. Because, skills are cheap, but passion is what's priceless. And priceless meaning, priceless, because people get confused, but yeah. He is a person, when he went in, he didn't let the fact that he got in be, it's okay, I can stop now. But he went in with passion. And that's why we know him as that person. Because your hunger for money, it can only take you so far, but it's the passion that supersedes. Because the most successful person is the one that follows passion, not paychecks. So, let's look at some of the characteristics of fire. And yes, I took it in the literal sense. So the first one is in the rate in which it spreads, and fire spreads fast. When somebody is on fire, everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to know who is this. And it doesn't matter what they're doing. It's because you're doing it with passion. You're like, wow, you could be doing anything, and it's like, how would you do it? Like, if you're doing, even the thing that seems so much common, but you're doing it with passion, that to everybody looks like the only thing that's worthwhile. The only thing that we should be doing. The only thing that we should learn how to do. So I want to say, that baking you're baking, that drawing you're drawing, that drum you're playing, that song you're singing, do it with passion so that to other people it seems like, wow. Because one person with passion is better than 40 people who are just merely interested. And you know what? Passion is contagious. When you see somebody who's doing something and they put their whole selves into it, and they're so passionate about it, it stirs something inside of them. It lights a spark inside of them because fire engraves. Fire leaves an impact. When fire has touched something, you don't even need to say fire to know that that thing has been impacted. When you do what you do with so much fire that people can never forget you. Because fire makes a difference in you and in others. So at that point, you're untouchable. You're unstoppable. Because fire can be touched by mere hands. People can't stop you, neither their words or their doings. Because a true passion that burns within your soul can never be put out. So do what you do with passion, or don't do it at all.